Okay, we're back. Neighbor picked up a outboard engine stand, asked me if I can put it together for him, and then go pick up his outboard and do a service. I think it's the same as this one over here. I'm pretty sure he picked up one like this. This one I do have to service, and I'm going to do his and this one at the same time. Anyway, I'm back over to this one. Okay, we'll get it open. If it's any good, I'll put a link in the description. Okay, so far so good. And the same way, user manual. What's it say here? Nothing important. Okay, that'd be hardware, wheels, all the ends. So we're going to take it out of the, hey, you know what I figured out? I just have to look at that one and look at the pieces and put it together like that. I have to figure nothing out. No, there's no instructions on the manual. Okay, what do we got here? The wood, I'm going to set it on cardboard so none of the stuff scratches. I'm just going to take it all out of this plastic. So that's the two handles. So far everything's looking good. Okay, so let's look at the hardware kit. All the different sizes in order. Okay, those go there. This one would be the distance, would go there. So that should be one of these. I'll tighten it all up after everything's on. Get the front casters on. That'll be with these. Okay, we'll flip that around so I get the back wheels on and the post going up. So from there, I'm going to need, this one coming in through here. And that piece goes onto the extension that goes onto here. Oh, might have to stand up for this. So that goes on here. That goes into here. Okay. Okay, we'll get the other one with the other handle. We'll get the handle in first. And this one. And I'm guessing these little short ones go in to hold these two pieces together. Okay, so next would be, it's looking right, looking right. Let's flip that around. Yep, okay, everything's going good.
The wood.
No, I'm not putting the wood on yet. I'm going to put tires on. The wood's going on last. Okay, the next one I need. Okay, then I get these. I go through here. Okay, now we'll get the tires on. Okay, so we're going to put a washer on the inside. Then we're going to put a tire on without knocking this thing over. Then we're going to put another tire on. Then another washer, and then a cotter pin. So we'll get the other tires on. Now these washers, for some reason, there seems to be wrong size. Grab some washers and put them on there. It's best to have washers on the inside and outside so when the tires go, they don't rub against the frame. They just rub on the washer and the cotter pin. So I'll grab 2 more washers.
Do you have it?
Yeah, I do have washers. And actually, they're quite large washers. And then the cotter pin, and I'll bend those in place. Okay, so I remove this curd board and then I'll get the wood on. Yeah, it's loose right now because everything has to be tightened down. I'll get a couple of screws ready. Okay, put the washer on, then the nut. I'm going to tighten all these down all at the same time. And get this one in. Same thing. Washer, nut, and I'll get the other 2. So, ran across 2 problems. Well, actually, chances are the washers for the bottom are only required 1, but if you look down here, I prefer having the washer up against here so when the tire comes in, it doesn't rub against the frame, it's just on the washer. So they probably only supplied 1 washer, which is perfectly fine. Those second washers, I can say they probably go under here. So I'm going to take this off. Yeah, it would go there. It's got a washer and lock washer. So these 2 from here, I would take these and they probably want you to put a washer, the lock washer, and this. Okay, so it's casters are 5/8. So there's one or two ways of doing this. Okay, it's falling down. You could put the washer there. And the lock and washer here, or it could go on top, but lock and washer is not going to do nothing on a washer on a round surface. I don't even know why they do it. Well, we'll go that way. Do the same over here. Not sure. You move the camera. Washer through here. Lock and washer. And we're just going to tighten those down. Not that the lock and washer does a thing. Okay, you gotta move the camera back to swing this. Okay, that's tight. And while we're on there, I'm just gonna bend the cotter pins. Can't even see it, the camera's in my way. Okay, you see way too close on the camera. Okay. We'll just bend them that way. I'm going to put a bit of lube on here, some PL100 after I'm all done on the front casters also. Okay, so we'll just bend this one also. Put them that way. Okay. So that's done. So now we're going to start tightening this thing down. I'm going to start with the wood after it's all level. I have no idea why people still manufacture anything with that type of tip. This type of screwdriver, totally useless. It should have something else. Something that doesn't slip off the end. Okay, we'll just slowly tighten it down. You don't over tighten these down. If you do, you're just going to start bending things. Look at it, make sure it's level. And then start tightening from the top down. And this, to me, because of the groove here, it looks like this goes from the bottom, not the top. So I'm going to switch this to the bottom so it runs in the groove. I followed that. That one's wrong. I looked at that one and said, okay, yeah, that's how it goes, but no. If you look at this.
It's like you put the one in the bottom. Oh, I see.
It's got a groove here.
Yeah, I
So this groove fits in there.
I see. Okay.
And it should line it up better. Let's get this on first.
Can you see the manual?
I don't think there's anything written in there.
Yes, the one is on top.
It's on top. I'm trying to think logically which way should this go. These are on the bottom too. It's grooved in. If you take a look at the instructions, it shows you that this bar goes on top and that bar on the bottom goes on top. And if you look at this one, that's the way that one's assembled. But a closer inspection of the unit shows when this was manufactured, they put a curve in the metal. So if you put it on the bottom, it goes in the curve and it lines up the unit better than if it was on top. On top, it's just sitting on two small plates. On the bottom, it fits this piece with a bigger contact area, and also the bottom one will do the same thing. So regardless of what the picture says, I'm going to switch it over. I'm going to put this piece on the bottom. I'll lift it up and show you what I'm talking about. I'll take these off. So let's see if I can get you in here. So these pieces go like caved in.
Hold on. Because it's dark.
You're going to have to use a handheld one. Okay, so on the bottom of this, it's got this groove on both sides. One here, one over there. So when you put this in, it lines it up better. It centers it. And it gives it more contact area. And same as the bottom. So I'm not going to follow the picture. Instead of putting this up here, I'm going to put it down the bottom where it's got more contact area. And it's kind of centers itself. So when you tighten everything down, it'll line itself and not be as wiggly. Or jiggly, whatever you want to call it. Now this will hold it a lot more secure than what they said it was supposed to be. Okay, so we're going to go back and retighten this. And unfortunately, this one does the same thing and aligns it, but for some reason, there's nothing you can do. This one should have had the groove on the inside, so there's nothing I can do with that. And of course, the other one's doing the same thing. So whoever designed this and whoever put it together didn't understand the concept of why this groove's here. Right here, it's here to line this up so that stays nice and firm. But this side's here, and there's nothing I can do to switch this around. Okay, I'll finish that off by hand. Yeah, because the way those grooves are, this lines itself up perfectly, so it keeps everything straight. I don't want to swear, but I don't like flathead screws. I have no idea why people still use them, or manufacturers still use them.
The wheel's not tight.
That's the way it is. They're all like this. Regardless, anywhere you look on the internet, anything on Amazon, they're all made the same way. So there's not much you can do with it. So I finally got the engine. It was a Honda 4 horsepower. I thought it was a 6, but it's 4. This one here has a gas tank built into it. Okay, so one of the things I noticed was when the owner, I brought it over, the owner tried to put his engine on. He was having a really hard time because this stand is extremely high for this motor. If you look at this one, not too bad because you can put a gas can underneath it. And it's more stable because there's more weight up front. You push down on this and it doesn't want to come back too easy. With this little motor over here, I noticed that it's real tippy going backwards. And like I say, the owner had a hard time. He was going like this. I helped him put it on because this is a 4-stroke, they're heavier. And another thing I noticed, both of these engines, if you center here, both engines, the way these carts are designed, they both sit in like this. They're not straight up and down. And in order to service them, in order to fill the gear oil and drain the gear oil, I need these engines up and down. So what they did, judging from what I see so far, is these front casters are just too big, which is making the stand sit back. I'll show you. If you go to this one, you can come over and check the bubble. That would be level there. And so the front casters are too high. And if you go over this one, the floor I got them both different ways because we're just taking the floor out of the equation. And the floor is leaning a little this way, so that's why it's got a bit more. But if you take a look down by the wood, you can see that this front caster down here is too high.
Wait. For caster down here.
This front caster is too high or this wheel's too small. Either or. So I talked to the owner and I said, do you mind if I modify this that's workable for me to service it and for you to put it away? And he said, sure, go ahead. I'm not charging him anything for it, but I'm going to redesign this and I'm going to make a separate video of how they should have manufactured this to make it suitable for a small engine and a larger engine. So that'd be a total separate video of modifying an existing engine stand. So if you like this video, appreciate a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the bell. Thanks for watching my channel. Bye for now.